Hello everyone, Silentwisher here with another fish video. In this video we're going to cover the 29 gallon and what all is going on with it. It's definitely a busy tank. As you can see, there's lots of snails, which is actually a problem at this point. We're kind of looking at options to temporarily take out all the fish and creatures that are in here and put in some like pea puffers or something to eat these snails, or maybe look into an alternative chemical solution to get rid of all the snails. But if you have any suggestions for eliminating literally thousands and thousands of these trumpet snails, that'd be greatly appreciated. They do a good job at keeping the tank clean, but they breed way too much. Now, you may be wondering why I have some bamboo and some water wisteria just floating. Believe it or not, it works just as good floating than it does in the sand. Plus, my lovely, lovely Cory cats, which I've had for years, keep digging up my plants. So, in the future, I will attach the plants to like a rock with some plant and aquarium safe super glue. But in the meantime, they just float. Like I said, it's a busy tank. As you can see, there's lots of guppies. There's a couple of plecos in here, bristlenose, pretty small though. We have a handful of Cory cats. I forgot to mention the moss balls as plants as well. Those do pretty good in helping keep the tank stable and all that. We got, I believe it's 5 or 6 of these zebra danios, various types, and there's fry and stuff up in the floating plants. So it's a busy tank. Oh, and shrimp. There's a shrimp over here on the filter, sponge filter. Now, like I said, it's a bit chaotic, but it serves its purpose, and I'm liking it. The fish seem to like it. They keep breeding and they're happy, so it's all that matters for the time being. So that's the update on the 29 gallon. I have some other tanks to give you an update on. So let's go to another video and show you those. Or I might just include it in this video. We'll see. All right. So now time for the infamous 5 gallon. It is very dirty. As you can see, the water is not clean at all. But believe it or not, there's a pleco in here, and he does get fed on a regular basis. He's the only creature in here besides snails. But this is primarily a plant growing aquarium. That's its only purpose. Yeah, there's some moss and stuff, which we do feed to our shrimp sometimes, but its only purpose, even though it doesn't look good, is to grow plants. We get all of our plants from here, and in fact, there's our pleco. So yeah, pleco's got wood it can munch on, obviously the food we feed it, and any plants and algae it wants to eat alongside the snails. Eventually we might make this a shrimp tank and redo it completely, but for the time being, this is the 5 gallon. And do keep in mind, guys, I don't recommend this setup for most people. This is a setup for people, you know, that are experienced and know how to set up the proper biofiltration for the tank and maintain regular water changes and all that. So do not recommend the setup for a beginner. Now we're looking at a 10 gallon temporary tank that has an internal filter, which you can't really see through that grime. There we go. As you can see, there's plenty of plants growing on it, which is really interesting, but it actually helps with the filtration a lot. Same with this goo. That's a mix of plants and stuff. We leave it there because it works. As you can see, we got some loaches in here. I believe these are tiger loaches. And then we have miscellaneous plecos, bristlenose, got some albino variants, as well as some non-albino variants. But this is a temporary tank. Once again, you know, we stay on top of water changes, and this is definitely not something I'd recommend people do because it's not what you're supposed to do. But they are fine for the time being. They're a lot better off than being in, you know, a little cube in a pet store. But you know, we take good care of our fish here. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to show you the koi aquarium that is in my bedroom. I won't be able to do a voiceover, you know, as I record it, but I will do a voiceover in post. Alrighty, everyone. So in this tank, we have, I think it's, 5 koi and a pleco. So this is a live voiceover, like I said, and here is the common pleco. It's a pretty decent size. I think he's about 5 inches or so. You'll notice this piece of driftwood with a bucket of rocks on it. It's because it's trying to float away. Those rocks will be removed eventually, but you know, not pretty or anything. Just a necessity to make it stay where I need it to stay. And then, of course, the plants. I think I'll replace with natural plants eventually, but I'll have to buy them very large so the plant or the fish doesn't mess with them too much. But we'll see. As you can see, here's the 5 koi, and got all different names for them and everything, which I'm not going to go over in this video. If you guys leave a comment asking the names, I'll let you guys know in the comments or make a follow-up video. But this pile of rocks here that's also in frame has some biomedia in it, so it's both a necessity, you know, like a filter necessity deal, as well as just for looks. But that's the koi pond. So with all that being said, guys, that's the updates on all the tanks. If you guys enjoyed this kind of video, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and don't forget to drop a like on the video.